Can you imagine having the kind of musical mind that can hear music and effortlessly recognize the notes and chords by ear? Glance at sheet music, tab, or a chord chart, and immediately hear in your head how it should sound. Spontaneously create your own original musical ideas as easily as breathing, and share them with other musicians or an audience using your voice or an instrument. Just sit down and play for your own pleasure, relaxation, and creative fulfillment. Sit in on jam sessions or gigs with any group of musicians with no prior preparation required, because you know you'll have something to contribute. A musical mind that feels capable and confident in any musical situation, because you understand instinctively how music is put together. The kind of musical mind that makes learning new things in music a breeze, because everything just connects together and makes sense. Does that sound exciting to you? In our Musicality Unleashed series, we've been talking about the mindset shifts and mental models which can empower you to do all these things and more. And last time we talked about how to bring this all together with the established Kodai approach, which has been proven over decades to effectively put in place an empowering foundation of musicality. After discovering the effectiveness of the Kodai approach, I decided we had to do something to get it into more people's hands. So last year at Musical U, we launched the first ever online training course following a Kodai approach. We collaborated with Anne Mileski, a leading curriculum designer trained in the Kodai approach, and she put together just a phenomenal 6-week course for us. We call it Foundations of a Musical Mind. Now, if you've been following our website or podcast for a while, you'll know that at Musical U, we actually aren't big fans of the course structure for learning musicality. For the general case of becoming more musical, a one-size-fits-all course just isn't the best option. But rather than try to incorporate Kodai ideas piecemeal into our main training system, we realized that because we were going to be starting from absolute zero with this new training, actually the course approach could work really well. Because whatever background musicians are coming in with, whether they're just starting out or have been playing for years, whether it's a singer, guitarist, saxophonist, anything else, whether they like blues, rock, classical, jazz, and whether they're mostly driven by wanting to play by ear, or improvise, or write their own music, or just have a deeper and more instinctive understanding of how the music they love is put together, this course genuinely could help each and every one of them. Easy to say, not so easy to do. But knowing it would be a challenge, we were able to draw on Anne's expertise and our own experience helping adult musicians learn musicality online. And based on the results and the comments from our first group of students who went through the course last year, we actually managed to pull it off. I'll be sharing some of those comments alongside this video so you can see for yourself. As always at Musical U, we put a big emphasis on personal support and guidance, and that meant we were able to really learn from this first group's experiences to fix little things, improve, refine, and extend the course as they went through it. So it's now even better than it was to begin with, and so I'm super excited to be opening up enrollment now for a new class. Now, one big advantage of the course approach is that it is very clearly structured and time-bound. This is a 6-week course, designed to take about 15 minutes per day, and we know now that it does indeed deliver on that. Some people took a bit longer each day, others zipped through it, but we saw that on average it does take people about 15 minutes a day, so it's not a massive commitment to get real results. And by the end of the 6 weeks, you will have gained some really impressive skills in identifying notes and rhythms by ear, and actually doing all kinds of interesting things with those skills. Now, one potential downside of the course approach is that instead of a small monthly fee like we charge for Musical U membership, it does mean putting down a single payment for all the training, and that is inevitably going to be a higher price. And of course we do provide a really generous guarantee policy so that if for any reason it didn't deliver all these wonderful results for you, you can get all your money back. I wanted to make sure it was a risk-free way for you to make this investment in your musical life. But I'm really proud of the price we've managed to hit with this, because compared to the in-person Kodai training you can get, it's an insane bargain. And when you look at the impact it can have on your musical life, and the impact it's already had on all the musicians who've gone through it so far, it's really hard to put a value on that. You could just go on feeling like learning music is a struggle, like music theory and ear training never quite connect up with the music you know and love. Continuing to learn pieces note by note and feeling anxious about forgetting them or needing to perform without the sheet music in front of you. feeling like you're just not a natural and don't have what it takes to feel free, confident, and creative in music. Or you could put in place a new foundation for understanding music deeply and intuitively. You could experience, for possibly the first time, true freedom and creativity in improvising or coming up with your own musical ideas. You could hear music and immediately know the notes and rhythms being used, and connect that all with sheet music or playing your instrument. That is something that's going to transform the whole of your musical life for the rest of your life. So let me ask you something. As I say these things, is there a little voice in the back of your head going, yeah, maybe, but I don't know if it'll really work for me? Now, I'm personally a bit of a skeptic. If someone promises amazing results with a product or a service, I'm going to have my doubts. But I hope you know from our track record at Musical U and from the Musicality Unleashed series that we are not about false promises of overnight success or selling people on myths and pipe dreams that get them excited but then fail to deliver real results. We are about the methods that really work, the proven systems and training material that can genuinely transform a musician's experience of music. So when we saw that the Foundations course was indeed providing the kind of transformations it was designed to, we sat down with a handful of course students to ask them how it had gone, so that you could hear from real music learners just like you that this stuff really does work. So please check those out so that you can allow yourself to get excited about this and believe in the transformation that's ahead of you. Because if you love music, and if you've ever felt limited, restricted, or you've struggled in your learning, and if you've itched for that freedom, creativity, confidence, that deep instinctive understanding of how music works, then it really is a seriously exciting opportunity that's in front of you right now. One last thing to mention. Because of the personal support we're offering to make sure this course really delivers results for you, places are limited, and enrollment is open for just a short period. This course quickly sold out the first time it was offered, so if you're interested, then please act fast to secure your spot and lock in this transformation for your musical future. And I look forward to seeing you in there.